morning, students. Welcome back to you all in English lecture. Dear students, today we are going to start the new chapter of your English textbook, Unit number 1, Chapter number 2, Daydreams. Dear students, before beginning with the chapter Daydreams, I would like to tell you that there is difference between dream and daydream. Now, let's see what is the difference with the help of the pictures. So students, first let us understand what is the meaning of daydream. Yes, a daydream is when your mind wanders and your attention shifts from the present situation to a completely different one. Okay? Daydream means a daydream is when your mind wanders and your attention shifts from the present situation to a completely different one. So, daydream is when you are awake. Okay? Daydream means when you are awake, that time you are, and when you are awake and when your mind wanders and your attention shifts from the present situation to completely different one, that's known as daydream. Now let's see the difference between daydream and dream. Dream is what we experience a series of thoughts, images and sensations occurring when we are sleeping. So dream means what? When we are sleeping and we experience series of thoughts, images, sensations. When we are sleeping, that's known as dream. Usually we see a dream in sleep. When we are sleeping, we see a dream. Whereas daydream means when we wonder such things in our mind in the daytime when we are awake. You can see the boy over here. Okay, you can see a boy. The boy is imagining something, but he is awake. Okay, when the boy is imagining something, but he is awake. So now here we cannot say that he is dreaming, but we can say that he is daydreaming. The boy is daydreaming because he is awake. He is not sleeping. That's known as daydream. Daydream are pleasant things in your mind while you are awake. Daydream means pleasant things you wonder when you are awake. Now, dream means another boy you can see that he is sleeping and he is dreaming. So that we can say that he is dreaming. The boy is dreaming because he is in sleep. Understood, students? So children, in the first picture, the boy is awake and he is dreaming. So we cannot say he is dreaming, he is daydreaming because the boy is awake. Whereas in second picture you can see the boy is sleeping and he is dreaming. Okay, understood the difference between daydream and dream? Very good. Now let's start with the chapter number 2, Daydreams. Page number 2, lesson number 2, Daydreams. Once there lived a couple who spent a lot of time in idle talk. Dear students, just underline the word idle talk. It means foolish talk or useless talk. Okay, what do you mean by idle talk? Idle talk means foolish talk or useless talk. One day the husband said, I have always wanted to keep some cows. If by chance I get some extra money from somewhere, I am going to buy a few cows. So dear students, on page number 2 itself, you can see this picture. Okay, the husband and wife both lived. Okay, once lived a couple, husband and a wife. Okay, you can see in this picture, and they spend a lot of time in idle talk. Idle talk means useless talk, means the talk which do not have any meaning. It's meaningless, useless. And one day the husband said to his wife that I have always wanted to keep some cows. And if by chance I get some extra money from somewhere, I am going to buy a few cows. So he said this to his wife. But that means a lot of work. You have to feed the cows, walk them, bath them, milk them. Cows need a lot of looking after. One cow will be enough. There is no need to buy more cows, said the wife. So the wife said to her husband that to buy a cows means there is a lot of work, because you have to feed them every time, walk them, bath them, milk them, and cows need a lot of looking after. We need to behind the cows whole day. There is no need to buy more cows, said the wife. One cow will be enough. She said to her husband that there is no need to buy more cows. One cow will be more than enough. But think of all the milk we will get if we buy more, said the husband. So the husband said that if we will buy more cows, then just think of all the milk we will get if we buy more. If we buy more cows, we will get more milk, said the husband. That's true, the wife agreed. There will be so much milk that we can even have plenty of dahi and butter and ghee. Wouldn't it be lovely? How lucky that I have all these earthen pots kept aside. I will use one of the pots for milk, one for dahi, one for butter. The ghee I will put in another jar, and I will use this remaining pot to send milk to my sister. So, first the wife suggested to her husband to buy only one cow, because cows needed a lot of looking after. The couple would have to walk them, feed them, bath them, and milk them. So, this would mean a lot of hard work. So the husband told to his wife that if we would buy more cows, there will be a plenty of milk. So the wife agreed. She said, that's true. If there will be so much of milk, then we can have plenty of dahi, butter and ghee. So she said that how lucky that I have all these earthen pots. Now dear students, what do you mean by earthen pots? Earthen means you can see in this image itself the pots. Okay. Earthen pots means the made of mud. Pots which made of mud. So she said to her husband that yes, it will be lovely because I am lucky that I have all these earthen pots kept aside. I will use one pot for dahi, one for milk, one for butter. And the ghee I will put in another jar. And I will use this remaining pot to send milk to my sister. So that they were having just idle talk. They start discussing. They were just daydreaming about. Okay, they were just dreaming that if they would have more cows, if they would buy more cows, they would have plenty of milk, and with that milk, what they will do. All the things this couple were daydreaming. send milk to your sister? Who said you could send milk to your sister? So the wife agreed with her husband and she said that yes, I will use the remaining pots to send milk to my sister. So while hearing this, her husband said to her that send milk to your sister. Who said that you could send milk to your sister? He asked this question to his wife. There will be plenty of milk if we had so many cows. Why shouldn't I send it to my sister? So she said that if we would have so many cows, then there will be a plenty of milk. Then why shouldn't I send it to my sister? What's wrong in that? Because we are going to sell it in the market. That's why. I will decide what to do with all that milk. And not a drop of it goes to your sister. Remember? So, by hearing this conversation, of his wife, the husband said that we are going to sell all this milk in the market. And I will decide what to do with that milk. Not even a single drop of it will go to your sister. Just remember it. Just note down it. That not even a single drop will go to your sister. This all the plenty of milk, I will decide what to do. Either I will sell this milk in the market. I will see how you can stop me from sending a pot full of milk to my dear sister. I do all the hard work running after the cows, so naturally I will decide what happens to the milk. Just try stopping me, the wife explained. The wife explained that the wife planned to use the earthen pots she had kept aside for milk, dahi, and butter. And she also planned to send a pot of milk to her sister. So, her husband was not agree with this. He said that I will decide that what to do with all that milk. So she replied to him that I will see how you can stop me from sending a pot full of milk to my dear sister. Because I will do all the hard work running after the cows. So naturally, I will decide what happens to the milk. Just try stopping me, the wife explained. Understood, students? I hope you have understood till here. Now just turn your page. Open your textbook, page number 3. Is that so? Shouted the husband. Watch these then. He began to lift and smash the earthen pots one by one. His wife began to scream. See, students, the husband began lifting and smashing the earthen pots one by one because he got angry with his wife and he started lifting and smashing the earthen pots. When his wife insisted and sending a pot of milk to her sister, he just began lifting and smashing the earthen pots one by one. And his wife began to scream. Scream means make a loud sound. Gopal Bhand, who was passing by, heard all the commotion. Now, commotion means noise. What do you mean by commotion? Commotion means noise. Gopal Bhand, who was passing by, heard all the commotion and rushed inside. When he heard what had happened, he picked up a stout stick that stood in a corner and began to swish it through the air and pound it on the floor. The husband and the wife were both astounded to see his antics. So, dear student, when Gopal Bhand heard what had happened, he heard all the commotion, all the noise, and he picked up a stout stick. Stout means thick stick. Stout means thick. Thick stick that stood in a corner and began to swish it through the air and pound it on the floor. Swish means wave it round making a sound and pound it on the floor. By seeing this, The husband and wife were both astounded to see his antics. Astounded means? Yes, astounded means surprised. The husband and wife both were surprised by seeing the Gopal Bhatt picking up the stout stick, and he was just swishing it through the air. So they both asked to Gopal Bhatt that what are you doing? They enquired. Move aside, said Gopal Bhatt. I have to drive away your greedy cows. You have let them wander, and now they have ruined my field of beans and cucumbers. Oh, my lovely field of beans and cucumbers. So, Gopal Bhatt asked the arguing couple to move aside and said that he had to drive away the couple's greedy cows. Okay, he had to drive away the couple's greedy cows who had wandered and ruined. Ruined means destroyed. Wander means move around without aim. Ruined means destroyed his field of beans and cucumbers. Beans and cucumbers means vegetables. Okay, those are the types of vegetables. You have seen beans and cucumbers. So the Gopal Bhatt complained to them that I have to drive your greedy cows because they have destroyed my field of beans and cucumbers. But you don't have a field of beans and cucumbers, said the husband. As soon as he said that, Gopal Bhatt stopped wielding the stick and looked at him with raised eyebrows. The husband and wife understood what he was trying to tell them. Can you tell what he wanted to say? So, dear student, when husband and wife they both said to Gopal Bhatt how the greedy cows can destroy your field of beans and cucumbers. You don't have a field of beans and cucumbers, then how the greedy cows can destroy your field of beans and cucumbers? Who asked this question? This question was asked by husband and wife to Gopal Bhatt. So by hearing this, as soon as the husband said, the Gopal Bhatt stopped wielding. Wielding means moving. Stopped moving the stick and looked at him with raised eyebrows. The husband and wife understood what he was trying to tell them. Can you tell students what he was trying to say? Yes? Very good. Gopal Bhatt wanted to tell the husband and wife that they were making a commotion, they were making a noise over something which was not actually there. Okay? What Gopal Bhatt was trying to tell them? Gopal Bhatt wanted to tell husband and wife that they were making a commotion, making a noise, making an argument over something which was not actually there. Which means they both were daydreaming. The thing which is not in real. Okay, the thing which is not there, and they were both arguing and they were just making a commotion over something which was not actually there. They were not having any cows, but then too they both were arguing and they both were making commotion on such things. Understood, students? I hope you have understood this beautiful chapter very well. We'll see you in the next lecture. Till that, stay connected, stay safe.